my updated supplement routine. This is Radical Self-Respect with Jared Mello. I have an ebook and audiobook by the same name. Please share that with whomever you want. Share this content with whomever you want. In this video in particular, I'm making it because I've been asked multiple times to go over my supplement routine. And it's changing a lot. And admittedly, from the very first video I made about supplements, there's a lot of additions I've made since then. And for me personally, these things have helped my mental health immensely. And not only my mental health, it's helped my body function better, period. In all other areas, it seems. So I'm extremely grateful to have found this. And I don't know what I'd be doing without it, but it helps my anxiety, helps my depression, helps stabilize my moods, helps all sorts of things. So without further delay, I'm going to get into my routine. So one of the things I take, vitamin D3. I take 6,000 IUs of that a day, and it's good for your bones. And it is a hormone. And I know I've made another video about vitamin D3 in the past. It actually helps me to not get sunburned too. But, you know, it strengthens the muscles and the bones, boosts immunity, it can increase the mood, helps with weight loss, improves heart function, controls calcium in the blood. So a lot of benefits of vitamin D3. And I absolutely notice the difference when I take it versus when I don't. So it's a staple of my routine. Then I take 2 different probiotics, both of them from Perfect Biotics. I take their extra strains, which is this, and I take their regular, which is 30 billion CFUs. Both of them seem to help me, and you might ask yourself, why do I take 2? Well, I started with the original, and I messed up the ordering process because it can only be ordered online, and I got the extra strains instead. And so I started taking the extra strains, and then when that ran out, I went back to the original, but then I noticed I didn't feel right anymore. I felt like I wasn't as confident. Didn't have as much energy. And so I decided I should take the extra strains too. And as silly as it may seem, it absolutely makes a difference. I'm more on top of things. My suspicion is that the probiotics, they help all of the rest of the supplements in my routine work better. And it helps my mood, helps my anxiety. And one of the reasons that could be is because I think it's 80% of our serotonin is produced in the gut. And they call our gut like our second brains. And so it makes perfect sense to me that it makes a big difference. So then I also take B12, B6, and folic acid. I take all those 3 because they are needed with SAMI as well as with NAC, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So I take copper because I also take zinc. And I hear if you take zinc, it can lower your copper levels. So I take 1 of these 2 milligram pills in the morning. And then I also take NAC, which is one of the newer additions to my routine. And there's a lot of benefits of NAC. It's produced from methionine and serine. And it's a supplement form of cysteine. That's what NAC is. And so it helps with, what does it help with? Helps with a lot of things. Contributes to longevity. It helps with detoxification. May improve psychiatric disorders and addictive behavior. It does this by regulating glutamate in the brain, which is cool. And glutamate is our most important neurotransmitter. May treat OCD, helps relieve symptoms of respiratory conditions. Does this by acting as an antioxidant and expectorant, loosening mucus in your air passageways. And this could also really help people with COPD. I've been trying to get my aunt to take NAC because she has COPD and needs oxygen every night. But it can also boost your brain health by replenishing glutathione, and regulating brain glutamate levels, like I said. What else? Then we have may improve fertility in men and women, which is good. May stabilize blood sugar by decreasing inflammation in flat cells. And may reduce heart disease risk by preventing oxidative damage. So it's a new part of my routine, but I absolutely think it's great. It helps also my kidney and liver functions as well. So then we're going to go to SAMI. SAMI is something I take twice a day, and it has to come in the bubble wrapper like this. If you don't buy your SAMI in these wrappers, it's not going to work properly. And I've said in my video specifically about SAMI, not all SAMI is created equally, meaning that depending on the brand we might get a different strength. So when I was taking, what was it, Swanson's SAMI, 400 milligrams of that is nowhere near as powerful as Nature Made's SAMI, but it helps with a lot of different things. So SAMI increases serotonin in the brain the same way, but not the way that SSRIs do. It markedly increased concentrations of dopamine and norepinephrine, which helps. With 15 to 50%, it does this, and lots of other uses too. But long story short is, this is one of the first supplements I found for depression, and it was one of the beginnings of my awakening of, wow, I really did have a mood disorder and all these things could help me. Next, tyrosine. Tyrosine is one of the amino acids that I take. And so some of the benefits of tyrosine is it helps produce epinephrine, which is good, dopamine and norepinephrine. Helps alertness, attention, and focus. I have found all those things to be true. And as a hidden bonus, it helps with nicotine addiction, because I found that back when I used to be addicted to cigarettes, I would take a tyrosine and the reward from a cigarette wouldn't nearly be as powerful. And so that was really beneficial and has helped me quit and stay quit. What else do we have here? Another amino acid, glutamine. So glutamine helps the immune system and intestinal health, and may help reduce muscle soreness after workouts. I found that to be so. And it's an important energy source for intestinal and immune cells. Good stuff. Arginine, another amino acid I take, provides the raw material that the body uses to make nitric oxide, which is good. Helps improve blood flow in the arteries of the heart, also good. And then we have lysine, another amino acid. Lysine may reduce anxiety by blocking stress response receptors. Can improve calcium absorption and retention. Promotes wound healing by creating collagen, which is also good. If you refer back to my anti-aging supplements video, I talk a lot about collagen because that involves our skin and the tightness and the firmness of our skin. And a lot of the supplements that I take have the added bonus of also helping collagen. And then we have taurine, another amino acid I take. So taurine helps fight high blood pressure and calms the nervous system. It's actually been found that Japanese people and people in Asian diets, they actually have high levels of taurine in their diets, and they think that might be one of the reasons why they live longer. So might have to do with longevity. But may boost exercise performance, helps with heart health, and could help fight diabetes, another added bonus. And then choline. Choline's a supplement that I think probably needs its own video because it's been pretty beneficial to me, but it works to improve memory and cognition, protects heart health, and boosts metabolism. Again, all of these things in my routine, they are all necessary because I notice the difference if I don't take them. Now granted, I might be super sensitive to them. That might be true. Could it be placebo? That's possible, but I don't think so. Bottom line is, my routine helps me. And you can take what you want from this and leave the rest. I don't care what helps and what doesn't. Like, whatever works. If you find things that I'm talking about now that really help you, awesome. If some of the things don't help you, I'm sorry, but try something else. But keep on fighting to find a routine that works for you. And again, if you take psychiatric medications, I'm all for that too. Do whatever works. The only thing I ask is that you don't stop taking psychiatric medications without your psychiatrist's approval. I don't want anyone to stop taking anything. So, another thing, ashwagandha I take. Ashwagandha is good because it's got a high concentration of withanolides. Withanolides, I think it's pronounced, excuse me. Tongue-tied here. But it helps fight inflammation and can reduce blood sugar levels, which is also good. So ashwagandha has been good for also increasing testosterone, perhaps, in people who have had low testosterone. Can help fertility, helps mood, helps depression, regulate blood sugar, like I said. Has anti-cancer properties, which is really good. Actually has compounds in it that might actually kill cancer cells, which is pretty groundbreaking if you ask me. Can reduce cortisol levels, may help reduce stress and anxiety, may reduce symptoms of depression, can boost testosterone and increase fertility, like I said, may increase muscle mass and strength, and may reduce inflammation. Next, we have DL-phenylalanine, another supplement I've made a video about individually. I discovered DL-phenylalanine because I noticed it was an ingredient in diet sodas. And I noticed myself years ago, before I started taking 90% of these supplements, I noticed myself craving diet soda. And I strongly believe one of the reasons I craved diet soda was because it had DL-phenylalanine in it. So DL-phenylalanine is a precursor to tyrosine. I didn't know that at first, but it is. And so, like tyrosine, it also impacts the same neurotransmitters. So it works on dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine, which is cool. DL-phenylalanine can be good for ADD, can help people struggling with alcoholism, which is cool. Helps with pain by blocking enzymes. I didn't even realize it had that property to it. But on my other video about DL-phenylalanine, people had mentioned it. Oh, my pain is 1,000 times better after taking DL-phenylalanine. So another one of those hidden benefits I didn't know about. So what else? Yeah, that's about it for that. Then we have niacinamide, which is vitamin B3. Not quite the same thing as niacin, but I like niacinamide. It's one of the other first supplements I found that really made a difference, and it helps anxiety. There's actually been studies out there that mention that in the studies, it's almost as effective as benzos for people. So it's not something to be slept on, niacinamide. But it's good for, like, help my anxiety, like I said. And, yeah, it's good stuff. Check out some niacinamide. Then we have lithium orotate, another supplement I made a video about individually. And so lithium orotate helps balance our moods. It's similar, it's a non-prescription version of lithium carbonate. Lithium carbonate is needed by prescription. You need to do liver, kidney tests, I think, with it. Lithium orotate, you do not have to do that. It's a natural supplement. It's good for you. Helps with ADD, bipolar depression, insomnia. Helps people with alcoholism and anxiety. And I've noticed a big difference with that too. So, also used to reduce stress, relieve pain, and improve memory. All very good things that lithium orotate does. We're on the last page here, don't worry. I know it's a lot. I'll include all of these supplements in the description, so you don't have to go back and forth with it, but I'll show them all there. And I'll include in the description how many times a day I take each. And, yeah, what milligram dosage there are. So then we have fish oil. I've been really noticing the power of fish oil recently, especially in their omegas. And so I didn't pay attention to omegas at first, but you'll notice that there says fish oil, and there's a certain milligram of omegas. And one of the cool things about omega-3s, 3S's I think they're called, is people that have low blood or low omega-3s in their blood, often people who are schizophrenic and have other mental illnesses also have low omega-3s in their blood. So it's not to say fish oil will cure those things, but it may improve some of the symptoms in those kinds of patients. But what else? Supports heart health is what it does. Let's see. May aid in weight loss, can support eye health, may reduce inflammation, may support healthy skin, may reduce liver fat, may improve depression. Again, people who are depressed also have lower omega-3 blood levels. So again, try it out. May prevent symptoms of mental decline. All very good things. Then we have 5-HTP. 5-HTP is a precursor to serotonin. May help with weight loss by increasing the feeling of fullness. One of the things I noticed when I started taking 5-HTP was my carb and sugar cravings went down. So that was one of the added bonuses. Improves symptoms of fibromyalgia. Can help reduce migraine frequency. And can increase melatonin production. I didn't know it could do that, but it helps. Then we have zinc. Zinc is one of those supplements similar to magnesium that people who have low testosterone often have low zinc, and they often have low magnesium. So it's not to say zinc and magnesium will increase testosterone, but it is one of those things that is more likely to be lower in someone that has low testosterone. So if you're a man, take note. So, like I said, zinc can help boost immune system, accelerate wound healing, helps boost T cells and natural killer cells. And killer cells could be similar to, like in Aschwaghanda, we talked about the cancer-killing cells. I don't think that might not be the case with zinc, but they can kill probably some sort of bad cells. And then we have GABA. I take GABA every night as part of my nightly stack. I take about 1 gram of GABA. And there used to be a theory that GABA could not cross the blood-brain barrier, and so what good could it really be? But I absolutely notice a difference when I take GABA every night. And so I think I'm the expert on me. And I don't pay attention to what the official sciences are with some of these supplements. The way I look at it is, do they help me? And if they help me, I take them. If they don't help me, I don't take them. Very scientific of me, I know, but that's how I judge these things. So that's it. And again, do all your own research with these things too. I don't want someone to do something that then they have an allergic reaction or it splices negatively with a medicine you already take. Do your due diligence before you take any of these things, please. So what can GABA do for us though? GABA improves mood, can treat ADD. New evidence actually suggests it might cross the blood-brain barrier, and that wouldn't surprise me at all. But it can help with anxiety and sleep, can prevent brain damage, calms the mind, and can be good at helping burn fat, relieving pain, and stabilizing blood pressure. All very good things. So specifically for anxiety, GABA is. So magnesium, another part of my sleep stack along with 5-HTP. So magnesium. Our diet naturally right now is often low in magnesium, so it might not be a bad thing to supplement with, but magnesium draws water to the bowels. So presumably it will help people have healthier bowel movements, but may boost exercise performance, may help depression, can help type 2 diabetes, can lower blood pressure, has anti-inflammatory benefits, can prevent migraines, reduces insulin resistance, and helps convert food to energy. And again, like I said, a lot of people with low testosterone are also low in magnesium. So that is my routine. I know it's a lot, and if you don't want to go to the description and read, I'll tell you now what the dosage is and what I take of all these things. So the vitamin D3, I take it in the morning. 6,000 I use, but I take 1 tablet of copper in the morning, 2 milligrams. I take 1 tablet of NAC, 600 milligrams in the morning. I take my B12, 2,500 micrograms once in the morning. I take my folic acid, 800 micrograms once in the morning. I take my 1 tablet each of Perfect Biotics, the extra strains and the normal, just in the morning. And then my SAMI in the bubble pack, Nature's Made SAMI, 400 milligrams twice a day. And I take all of these once in the morning, mind you. So that's one thing. Then I take DL-phenylalanine. I take 500 milligrams in the morning, but I also take it 2 other times throughout the day. And I'll tell you what other 3 things I take it with in a second. Then I take glutamine twice a day, 500 milligrams, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. That's on the same routine that I take SAMI with, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. Then we have Lysine. I take 1,000 milligrams twice a day, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. Then we have L-Arginine. I take L-Arginine twice a day, once in the morning, 500 milligrams, 8 hours later, 500 milligrams. Aschwaghanda, 470 milligrams, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. Then we have, we're winding down here, don't worry, Lithium orotate, 5 milligrams per capsule, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. 5-HTP, 100 milligrams, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. And again with my bedtime stack. Then we have, getting crowded. Get more? Okay. Tyrosine, 500 milligrams, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. Choline, I take 325 milligrams of choline, once in the morning, once 8 hours later. And then we have the last three things, besides my night stack. So, niacinamide. I take 1,000 milligrams in the morning, 1,000 milligrams 5 hours later, and another 1,000 milligrams 5 hours later, for the maximum dosage you should take a day, which is 3 grams of niacinamide. I take it on the same schedule as my DL-phenylalanine. So I take 500 milligrams 3 times a day of the DL-phenylalanine. Taurine, 500 milligrams 3 times a day, once in the morning, once 5 hours later, and another 5 hours later. And last, we have our fish oil. I take fish oil, 1,400 milligrams, with 1,000 milligrams of omega-3s. I take it once in the morning, once 5 hours later, and then another 5 hours later. And then lastly, to my sleep stack, 5-HTP, like I said, and then I take 1,000 milligrams of magnesium with that, just at night. And I take 1 gram of GABA with the 5-HTP and magnesium. So that's it. That's my whole routine of supplements. Now, you might think I'm crazy, and you might think it's a hell of a lot, but the only thing I think that's crazy is not living the best life we can and struggling with anxiety and depression needlessly. That's what I think is crazy. And so it can be a little costly at times, but I feel like our health, physical health and mental health, is priceless. And I know what it's like to live with crippling anxiety, crippling depression, and it's like living half of a life. It's not even, it's excruciating. And so I am extremely blessed and grateful to have found a routine that helps me. And sometimes I can forget it, and I could be not as grateful as I should be, but in all reality, I'm ecstatic that I found the routine that I did. And I'm so grateful that I don't have nearly as much anxiety or depression as I used to. And that's a miracle. That's a miracle if you knew how I was feeling years ago. Like, people wouldn't even recognize how I am now because the change has been that much. And change our neurochemistry, change how our neurotransmitters are functioning. We can change who we are. Facts for me. Facts for me. Change our neurotransmitters, change who we are, change how we present to life. And it can be that way. And again, some people need psychiatric medications. I'm not against it. Some people could benefit from supplements. I tend to think that the earth has provided us with almost everything we need. And all of these things come from some form of plant or natural mineral or amino acid or etc. And so I prefer them. I think the side effects are fewer. And they've really helped my life so much. And so I try to share what's worked for me. So if anxiety has been an issue for you, depression's been an issue for you, unstable moods, try some of this stuff out. Google it, research it, make sure you're not going to have any negative interactions with it, and try one thing at a time. One variable at a time should be changed. I should have mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but one thing at a time, so we can isolate what's going on, so we can isolate what's doing what. Take one thing at a time, wait a few days, make sure your body's okay with it, then add something else. But do it one thing at a time. And stop taking one thing at a time too, if that's what you're doing. Because if we stop taking multiple things or start taking multiple things, we can't isolate what's doing what. We got to isolate the variables of what is doing what. So I think that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've gotten to the end, I'll be willing to answer any questions you have in the comment section below. And I do coach people on their routines with supplements and just coaching in general, period, with Radical Self-Respect. But I'd love to help you out there if you want to get a supplement routine that works for you. So again, thank you very much for watching. Please share this video with someone that you think could benefit from some of these supplements maybe, or they're struggling with anxiety or depression more than they should be. I think that'd be great. So thank you again very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.